Cincinnati Magazine. My friend, the editor-in-chief, John Fox, is here with the January Top Doctors issue. It's so good to see you, John. Happy New Year.
You too.
So you do this every January.
Yeah.
It's a great time of year to do it.
It is. It's perfect. I mean, just like you said, people are starting to, maybe for a month, they get serious about
at least for a little bit.
Yeah, at least for a month of taking care of themselves. And so we do this survey every year where we survey the doctors themselves. And we ask them, other than yourself, who would you turn to for care in your specialty or in any specialty? And basically, in essence, who would you refer your patients to?
Do you get a pretty big response
We
back?
do. We get a good response.
Yeah.
And then, and it's kind of a secret thing that happens that I don't really know exactly, but we have a third-party company that puts it all together, and then they have a threshold of how many votes you have to get, and then they name top doctors. And the cutoff is usually around 1,000 doctors. This year it's 939.
Do they just vote for a name? Do they have to give you reasons? Like, what are some of the criteria?
They don't have to give reasons.
So once you have that list of the top vote getters,
then what do you
do?
Then what the company does is they go and they look everyone up with their, because this is all 3 states, so they'll look up the names of the doctors with the various licensing organizations in Ohio, Kentucky, and Indiana. Make sure there's no complaints. You know, make sure they're legit. Make sure their licenses are up to date. So there's a couple of people that drop out there.
Okay. With less than 2 minutes left, I just want to focus on some of the specialties. And let's look at the cover girl, who is Dr. Betsy Leroy of Tri-Health. And I've known Betsy for about 25 years. She's an OBGYN, but she has switched her focus somewhat to menopause, which is really having a moment right now.
Yeah, it really is. So our theme this year, we discovered, was Top Doctors Find a Way. And so for these doctors in particular, we highlighted doctors that are trying to, solve a problem that maybe has been out there for a little bit. And Dr. Leroy started a menopause clinic at Tri-Health, and it's focused, pre-menopause and post-menopause. So, and it's very focused, and that's her thing. And so we also have an interesting doctor who was a ballerina when she was a teenager.
Wow.
And couldn't get good, didn't feel like she had good health care for all of her aches and pains. So now she's a doctor at UC Health, and she focuses with dancers and athletes on foot, knee, hip,
That's
sort
incredible.
of joint things.
But really, every specialty is covered in this magazine.
It really is. We have 72 specialties, but these doctors, we also have some brain surgeons at Mayfield who have started a new brain tumor clinic where doctors from all the hospital groups are collaborating, which is something that doesn't happen a lot. So we're trying to figure out, these particular doctors are, like we said, doctors find a way where maybe somebody in the past said, well, we don't do it that way, or we can't do it, or and they find a way. And so
I think that's an incredible theme. And I saw a thing pop up there on the infant mortality rate getting better in Cincinnati.
That's another thing.
These are all things that we can be looking for throughout the year.
Right, and people thought, well, there's no way we can solve that. That's such a big problem. And the numbers are finally coming down.
And they are.
So it's
John
been great.
Fox, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Issue of Cincinnati Magazine can be found everywhere you buy your books or online at cincinnati-magazine.com.